Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Angelica and in today's video I will talk a little bit about watercolor sets for you as a beginner. And I will particularly talk about the 4 watercolor sets that I have. And please bear in mind that I don't have these particular sets that I will talk about, but I have the colors that they contain, or at least most of the colors that they contain. I don't see the point for me to get a smaller set when I already have the colors, but I will talk about the smaller set, their pricing and the colors, and I will swatch out the colors that I have from the smaller set of these 4 brands. And also a thing I want to put out there is that in this video I will show you white nights, and I will talk about them as a student grade, but for some people they are artist grade, and I thought so too before I got my first artist grade watercolors, and for me it's a different feel, a different feeling when I use them, and they don't feel the same way, and my white nights feels more like the other student grade watercolor that I have. So therefore for me I consider them as student grade, but you might don't do that, and that's fine. I just want to put it out there so nobody gets upset when I talk about them as student grade. So, and this video is the part 2 in a series that I have made for you as a beginner. And I have made these videos because of the current situation in the world with COVID. And now when we are going into December, some people will be more alone than usual and will be sitting home alone. So I thought that I would put up 4 watercolor tutorials for you as a beginner throughout the first 4 weeks in December. So you can either follow me along and create the things that I create, or you can create something else and have my videos on in the background. So next week on Tuesday the first tutorial will be uploaded, and it will be this Eurasian blue tit, or maybe you just call it a blue tit, I don't know. So this little bird. So if you don't want to miss that, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. So with that being said, let's go through the 4 watercolors in student grade that I have. So when you are a beginner, you don't really know which watercolor you should choose. So today I thought that I would go a little bit more in depth about these 4 different student grade colors. We have Winsor Newton Cotman, we have White Nights, we have Schmincke Academy and Gansai Tambi. And these are all, like I said, student grades watercolors. So, but before I talk some more about these colors, there's another thing I like to talk about for a little moment. I just will move this aside, and that are the Lightfastness ratings for these colors. When you buy professional watercolors, most of them will be Lightfastness tested, so that you know how long they will last. And with the student grade, not all companies test the colors. And on these 2 sheets you can see that on this side you have stars 1, 2 and 3, and on this side you have strokes 1 and 2. So these are these two watercolor sets, different Lightfastness ratings, and here the 3 is the best, and here the 1 or 1 stroke is the best. So you might keep an eye out for that, but when you are a beginner it might not be so important for you that your paintings will last for quite some time, but it can be good to know. For example, these here are white nights and the violet only have 1 star, and I did test this out in a window with a sun, and after like a month in the sun the color did fade quite a lot, which I was a little bit surprised at. But there is also a thing, you should never hang a painting directly in the sun, so therefore they can live a little bit longer, but that was quite disappointing. And here we have Winsor Newton Cotman, and I was quite surprised for a big company like them not to have tested out Lightfastness on all their colors. Here you can see all the yellow, orange, red and pink are not Lightfastness tested, which I find quite weird, to be honest. And here also some greens are not Lightfastness tested. So that's something to have in mind, because if you hang up a painting on the wall you might get sad if it fades. So that's something to keep in mind. But now, when I have talked a little bit about Lightfastness, we are going to go through these 4 watercolor brands and their sets. Before I start to talk about the sets, I wanted to show you the different sizes of pans. Now usually for a watercolor set they either come in a half pan or a full pan, and this is how they usually looks like. And here we have another half pan with a little bit different form, and Gansai Tambi comes in this huge pan, and yeah, you can see that they are quite bigger than a normal full pan, but they are not totally full with colors. They are only like half full, so I think that they have the same amount of painting as a normal full pan has. So here we have Winsor Newton, Schmincke, White Nights and Gansai Tambi. So this is what their different pans looks like. So I just wanted to mention that, because that can be quite confusing if you don't know what half pan and full pans mean. So the first set that I want to show you and talk a little bit about are the White Nights. And this was my first student grade watercolor set. And I got these in a 24 color set. Now in this video I will talk about the smallest set you can buy, but I don't own those smaller set, but I have the colors that they contain. So in a moment I will swatch those colors out so you can see which color you get if you buy their smallest set. So as I showed you, they come in full pans, and here are some of the colors that I have. So this is what they looks like, and I have them stored in a metal tin. So I will talk a little bit about them when I swatch them out. So let's do that. So the smallest set of White Nights are 12 full pans in a plastic tin, and here in Sweden the pricing is about 21 to 23 US dollars for 12 full pens. And the colors that the smallest set contains are cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, cadmium red light, carmine, ultramarine, blue, emerald green, green, burnt umber, raw umber, and neutral black. And I have had mine White Nights colors for, I do believe it's around 12 years now, and they still works very well and are easy to re-wet. The only color that I have some problem with, and I have had the problem since the beginning when I got the set, it's emerald green. It's very hard to wet, and I need to put some drops of water in it and let it sit for some minutes before I can use it. So I don't know if it's mine that are defected or that they are like that. And mine doesn't have like a pure color, it's some pigment parts in it too. So my emerald green is just weird. But there are lovely colors to work with, and I have done some paintings with them that I am very happy with. And you got a good range of different colors and no white. And I prefer to get a black in my set than a white, because those white are never so good. If you want white in your watercolor, then you use a white gouache instead. At least that's how I do it. But a white in a watercolor set you can use if you want to mix pastel colors, but you can't use it as a pure white. So here the last color that I'm swatching out are my emerald green. So the color that are a little bit weird in my set. But there you have it, all White Night colors. So the next set that I have are Winsor Newton Cotman. And as for White Nights, I have this in a larger set, but I will paint with the colors that the smaller set contains. So this is how the large set looks like, and I have all the colors that comes in the Winsor Newton Cotman collection. And I also have some duplicates, because they only have 40 colors, and in this set there are 45 pans. So this is what they looks like. So I will start to swatch the 12 colors out and talk a little bit about the set. So Winsor and Newton Cotman. Their smallest set comes in 12 half pans. And they come in a plastic tin, and also the set contains a pocket brush. And this set is called the Sketcher's Pocket Box. And here in Sweden this set cost around 19 to 23 US dollars. And the colors that this set contains are lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, cadmium red pale hue, crimson alizarin, ultramarine, intense blue, emerald green, sap green, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and china white. So in comparison to White Nights, this set has half the size of the pans, and this set has a white instead of a black. And as I said, I prefer that the set contains a black instead of a white with these smaller sets. And you can see that the colors are quite similar to the White Night colors. So, but I think that is kind of standard that you get a warm and a cool of the yellow, red and blue, and then some earth color, so you got quite a good range of colors. And these colors are quite easy to re-wet and to use. You can see that the first green that I put out was the emerald green, and that color is quite different from the White Nights emerald green. But they are very nice and bright colors. So this set has 3 earth colors, which can be very good if you want to paint animals. So then you need those more like muddy earth colors than the bright colors. And here I test out the white on a black stroke that didn't dry enough before I put on the paint, so it was a little bit gray. So there you have it, all the Winsor Newton Cotman colors in their smallest set. So this is my Schmincke Academy set, their student grade. And I have my set in a limited edition tin, and I have some special colors that their smallest set doesn't contain. And I also only have 9 colors, and their smallest set contains 12 colors. But I will swatch out these colors that I have, because most of these comes in the smaller set anyway. So this is how they looks like. And the Schmincke colors, I think they only have metal tins for their sets, which are very good, because they can't break as easily as plastic tins can. So yeah, this is what their pans looks like. So I will start to swatch these colors out and talk a little bit about them. So the Schmincke Academy, or I don't know if you are supposed to pronounce it akademie, maybe. I don't know German, so. Anyway, their smallest set that you usually can get contains 12 half pans in a metal tin. And I couldn't find any pricing for it, but the limited edition set that I have of 9 pans cost me here in Sweden $35 and I think that the set with 12 half pans are around the same pricing. And the smallest set with 12 colors contains light lemon yellow, Indian yellow, cadmium red hue, carmine, ultramarine, Prussian blue, brilliant green, permanent green, yellow ochre, English red, sepia and black. So a little bit more colors than I have here, but still, like the other smallest set, they have a warm and a cold of yellow, red and blues. So like I said, it's quite standard in the smaller sets. And for me, when I use this set, I think that they get quite creamy very fast. The other colors do also get creamy if you have a lot of water in them and let the water sit for a bit. And that can be easy to when you use them, but for the Schmincke set they get creamy very, very fast, and that can be a little bit difficult for a beginner to handle. So, but with the Lightfastness, they are the best set. They have the best Lightfastness rating, and every color in the smallest set are Lightfastness rated. So that's very good. So here is the Gansai Tambi watercolor set. And as you can see, it comes in a paper box. And then you have some plastic on the colors. And I am not sure if this is meant to protect the colors or if it also is meant to be mixing your colors on, but I will not use this for mixing because I don't like the material. I don't think that the colors would lie good on this, so I will not use it for that. So here are the 24 colors. And I stupidly enough thought that the 12 color set, which is the smallest set, would contain the same color as the 24 color set. But after I had bought this set, I saw that these two sets only have 4 colors in common. So I was not going to swatch out the colors because I believe that it was no point with only 4 colors. But then Kuretake came out with another Gansai Tambi set that are 14 half pans in a plastic palette, travel palette with a water brush, and I do think it's a black brush, pen brush marker or something. But that set and this 24 color set has 11 colors in common. So I will swatch out those 11 colors from this set. And I think it's quite great that they have come out with a set like that, because a paper box like this is quite a weird thing to store your colors in. At least that is my opinion. I only wish that they have released that set earlier, so I could have bought that set instead of this. But now things are as they are, and I have palettes to mix my color in, so I'm fine. So that's that. And now let's start to swatch out those 11 colors. So, as I said, Kuretake recently came out with a portable watercolor set. And that set contains 14 half pans in a plastic tin. And it also contains a water brush and a fine liner. And here in Sweden it costs about $35 to $39 US. And the big 24 watercolor sets that I have of them cost around $40 US, so they don't differ so much in price if you want more colors. But the 14 colors in the plastic tin are lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, red, rose madder, cobalt violet, ultramarine, cobalt blue, sap green light, gray, burnt sienna, raw umber deep, natural beige, black and white. So I was quite surprised with my 24 watercolor set that they contain so many greens and not many blues. And in this 4 half pan set there are only one green. So that's a little bit of different. But also in this set you have warm and cold of yellow, red and blue. And as you can see, I only have one of the blues that the 14 half pan set contains. So the colors that I don't have and I don't swatch are cobalt blue, gray and natural beige. And the saddest thing with the Gansai Tambi set are that they are not Lightfastness tested. And I will leave a link down below to a person's site, to a person that have tested out Lightfastness for themselves, and they are not so good. So that can be quite useful to know if you consider to get this set. But as with the other sets, there are quite lovely and bright colors, quite vibrant. And if you are going to get the 4 half pan set, be aware that they have another watercolor set with a transparent watercolor set. But on that package it doesn't say Gansai Tambi, so I think the colors are a little bit different. But yeah, here are the 11 colors of the 14 that I have. So here you can see all the colors all dried up. And as you might noticed, in all these smaller sets, they have all similar colors. So it doesn't really matter which set you get because of that. So I suggest that you go after which set are the easiest for you to get and that fit your budget. But also keep in mind the Lightfastness, because if you don't want your artwork to fade fast, pick an watercolor set with quite good Lightfastness rating. And for the next 4 weeks I will do 4 beginner tutorials using every one of these sets in those colors that I have swatched out here. So one tutorial will be in only these colors from White Night, one will be in these colors from Winsor Newton Cotman, one will be in this Schmincke Academy colors, and one in these Gansai Tambi colors. So, and if you don't want to miss out on those tutorials, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, so then you are notified when I put out a new video. So I hope this video have made you a little bit wiser on which set you're gonna get as your first watercolor set. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope I will see you in my next video. As I said, tutorial for you as a beginner. So bye bye.